Mark reviews movies, and today this is an oldie and a goodie, and it's a Goldie, because it has Goldie Hawn in it. So if you are one of the viewers of Mark Reviews, one of my subscribers that's kind of on the upper end of my demographics, then you will know what this movie is. It was a fantastic movie in its day. For those of you a little bit younger, maybe 30 or younger, unless your parents introduced you to this, you've probably never heard of it, but it's worth checking out. And right now, at least at my local Walmart, it's $3.97 in the $4 bin. I'm talking about Overboard with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. Obviously, this is Goldie Hawn, and that's Kurt Russell. Okay, this is kind of, okay, it's pretty funny. I'm going to say, so it's a romantic comedy. Here's the premise. Kurt Russell is kind of this, as you can see here, kind of a blue-collar worker. He's actually a carpenter in the Pacific Northwest. And Goldie Hawn here is actually from New York and comes from a lot of money. And she's on a yacht in the harbor in this little town where Kurt Russell lives. So she hires him to come redesign her closet. She treats him terribly. I mean, she's just an awful person in the beginning. You're like, wow, is anyone really that terrible? She's that terrible. So, long story short, she gets mad at him. He did a great job, but then she's upset that he didn't make the closet out of cedar. So she fires him, refuses to pay him. She owes him like $800 or something. So inflation these days would make that even more expensive. But she kind of gets in a scuffle with him, throws him off the boat, hence overboard, right? And then throws his tools off the boat, and his tools sink into the harbor. So she's really an awful, awful, terrible person. Fast forward a little bit. She is going back out onto the deck at night, and they hit a wave or something as they're out at sea a little bit. She falls overboard, the side of the boat, and washes up on the beach the next morning and has amnesia. She doesn't know who she is. They take her to the hospital. Her husband comes to identify her and says, I've never seen that woman before in my life, because he sees this as his out because she's so terrible. Kurt Russell sees her on TV, sees that no one has come to claim her, and thinks, I need a mom for my kids. I need a housekeeper. I need someone to cook and clean, and she owes me money anyway, so I'm going to go claim her and pretend that she's my wife. Hilarity ensues, and obviously they end up kind of falling for each other a little bit. So that's where I'm going to stop with the spoilers. Let's just say things go a little overboard. So there's kind of not just a dual meaning, but a triple meaning here, because he falls overboard, she falls overboard, and then he goes a little bit overboard in this lie to kind of try to extract some of the value of what she owes him. So it's funny. There is some language. This was made long enough ago. I think it's just a straight PG. But I would caution you, there is some kind of PG-13 type language. This movie, seriously, no way. I didn't realize it was this old. 1969? Supporting... Oh, that's... Okay, that was her nomination. Okay, this movie is from 1987. That sounds a little bit better. So 1987, Overboard, Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn, also Ed Hermann, I apologize. You might know him best as the dad in Richie Rich, or the grandpa in Gilmore Girls. But he's the husband who doesn't want to come claim her, and then he does instead. I think it's a great movie. I watched it a few times growing up. When I saw it again, I was like, yeah, that's the one I would own for $4 in the Walmart bin there. I will leave a link in the description below if you can't find it at your local Walmart, where you can pick up a copy. I wouldn't call it a classic necessarily, but it's definitely one that's worth seeing. And Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell are both awesome. It's fun. Go check it out. It's kind of like a light popcorn type flick. It's not going to change your life, but it's definitely entertaining. Okay, speaking of going overboard, subscribe to this channel by clicking over here in all of this massive red and blue. Subscribe right here. And then on this side, check out some of the other videos that I've made. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite movie Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell are in, or just favorite movie in general. Maybe I'll review it next time. Thanks.